What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. This is your boy, the historian. We got a lot to cover tonight. But before we go ahead and get this thing started tonight, y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We got you covered. You either get right or you get left. Let's go ahead and get this thing right. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
What's going on, man? We got a little something that we're getting ready to get started. But before we go ahead and get this episode of the BirdCage LLC started, want to go ahead and send condolences to those families that are in New Orleans that suffered from that terrorist attack yesterday. Our prayers from the BirdCage family are going out to you guys. And also, like I said, and a shout out to those law enforcement agents and representatives who were there on the spot, those overnight workers that tried to get everything straight for this Sugar Bowl that took place today. But again, that was one of the saddest things that we heard about. And like I said, it's not over with yet. So just pray for those folks' families and just pray for those that are injured and that are trying to get better. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and add to the cage. We got K-Dub and then we got Gray Beard in the building. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing? How y'all doing? Glad to be in the building tonight.
It's always,
it's
always a good day you can wake up and you can breathe.
Yeah, it was pretty good day
I'm still
today,
thankful.
man. It was rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Gotta keep it up.
Yeah, just shout out to them Bulldogs, man. Y'all keep your head up, man. Y'all had a hell of a year, man. Go Dog.
Yeah. I mean, I just felt like this team hit their plateau. I just feel like even if Carson Beck was in this game, that team played lights out. They well coached, out coached Kirby tonight. They got some soul searching to do as a coaching staff. I mean, are they gonna let some people go? Bring some new guys in? We need playmakers. I mean, when you lose some superstars like that, it's gonna be a tough sledding. I mean, not to get off course. I mean, it's still all about the Falcons, but we are some diehard Bulldog fans. Sorry to any other teams out there, but we are some diehard dog fans on this channel.
Well, I'll say this here. The one thing I'm going to say that was in common with this week and last week, Kirby Smart and Raheem Morris had piss poor clock management. It's just what it is. So we've seen it with both our teams this week. So it's just, I mean, it's what it is. So we got to start off. Look, we got to start off the new year looking at the fact that it's the same. It's one of the same things. You have piss poor clock management with two coaches. Difference is the college coach has championships, but this pro coach is trying to get a championship as a head coach. So at the end of the day, you got to find a footing. So all I'm gonna say is this, and we're gonna get into these Falcons. Kirby Smart, you got to do a little bit better with thinking about getting points when you're in situations like that, just like us. Sometimes you can't get greedy. Sometimes you got to take the points and you got to try to keep momentum going, or at least keep something positive going, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that went wrong in that game, but at the same time, we got outplayed, we got outcoached, we got out hustled. There's no excuse for that. And just like in the Washington game, our defense figured it out in the second half, just like Georgia's defense figured it out after they gave up those points. But the offense, like I said, Pitts and Mr. Penix, the PNP connection came through at the end of the game. But at this point, you just have to start getting better with clock management, and that's on both teams. You got to get better with clock management. But let's go ahead and get this thing started with the Falcons, man, because I know we got other fan bases in here and they don't want to hear about the dogs today. So I'm gonna spare you guys.
Spare all of us.
You saying spare all of us, man? All us suffering right now. We got to just hit this one.
Suffering.
We start off 2025 with the Falcons possibly not making the playoffs and the dogs losing in the playoffs. It's rough. It's rough out here. But speaking of being rough, Falcon fans, I don't think we've been rough enough. Raheem Morris decides to apologize, but it's a little too late for you apologizing at this point because you didn't come through with your promises. Don't apologize. As how did Money Mike say it in Friday After Next? Don't be sorry. Be careful. Jesus. You got to be careful.
He wasn't careful.
So, what'd you say?
He wasn't careful.
Damn sure wasn't careful. But the thing that has killed us this year, offensive coordinator and time of possession.
In both in college and pro, incredible.
But you know what though? That's part of the game, unfortunately. That's the crappy part of the game, that this is what separates championship teams from teams that are just good during the season. You have to be able to convert, you have to be competent, and you have to put yourself in a position to actually win ball games. You have to. And when you got to play in a hole, guess what? You got to be smarter with your decision making. So how do you guys feel about the apology from Raheem Morris about not winning the division, giving up a division lead, and also possibly not making the playoffs this year? He apologized the other day. How do y'all feel about that apology? Honestly.
I mean,
I felt like the apology was. Go ahead, Greg.
No, I was just gonna say that apology don't mean jack to me, man. To be honest with you, it was just too much inconsistency, man. We started off hot, that kicking three with the plateau of the team. Then after that, it just fell off the rails. It should have been an apology for that, for losing the division lead, 4-game division lead. Where was that apology? Waiting to pull Kurt at the last minute, and then Kurt Penix. Where's that apology? So it is what it is, man. A lot of fans are just frustrated and just ready for this season to be over with. So we just focus on regrouping, retooling, and look what we need into the draft. But yeah, it is a little too late for that apology. Go ahead, K-Dub.
No, just to piggyback off what Graybeard was insinuating or going at, is he's right, man. I mean, this city is beyond frustrated and just I don't know, man. They're at their wits' end, because I'm at a wits' end being a Falcon fan. I mean, I'm always going to back the logo, but when are we going to get it right? You know, that's the key thing. You know, when are we going to get the draft right? When are we going to get the playbook and the offensive coordinator right? You know, I want to be supportive of this coaching staff, but, you know, all season long, we've been questioning all the decisions that Raheem Morris has made. You know, I want to be your number one supporter, but I cannot do that if you continue to make boneheaded decisions as a head coach. I mean, clock management. I mean, like Graybeard was saying, we should have been getting an apology. You should have been an apology. All you did was try to sweep it up on the rug, smile, and kiss babies and all that things that the C double may refer to. So what I'm saying is the key thing is you got to continue to win in this league. But the key thing of what he has done is he's won more games than last year, so he has something to stand on. But the key thing is you came in talking all this smack, talking all this and that, this and that, this and that. If you'd have came in with your head being humbled, like, okay, we're going to come in, we're going to try to improve upon the last coaching staff and left it at that and went to work, maybe you wouldn't have so much backlash over, oh, we're going to run the South and outrun the South. Where you outrunning the South to? To go fishing? To pull out the fishing rods and go to Cancun or something? I'm trying to figure out what you outrunning the South to go do, not to win no dang Super Bowl or win the division. Because it seems that Tampa Bay, since they've been doing it more recently, more than anybody else, they are following suit, and they're going to do it even with a different quarterback because they have been doing it. That's what they have been doing ever since they had Tom Brady, is winning that division for the last few years. So we have to find out what we're going to do to stop shooting ourselves in the foot as an organization, as a franchise, and move forward in the right direction. I believe that this apology is way overdue, way too late. It sounded sincere, but why didn't you get that apology right when the game was over? It seemed like you had to sleep on it or think about it a little bit, then come back and gather your damn thoughts and give us an apology. So it seems more calculated than a pure emotion, like you came with the apology right off getting your butts kicked and losing like we did. But you went home, thought about it, maybe a PR person talked to you, got coached in, then you want to give the apology. That's just what I feel about it. You know, I'd rather just not even apologize. You know, hey, I don't feel like you're going to get fired after 1 year anyway. Just go in there and be your arrogant self, chew on bubble gum like you always do. And then we'll see what you do next year. See how you attack this draft. Because you got everybody highly upset. Everybody. Instead of, like, I think people said this on the last show. You need to focus on not trying to be everyone's friend and get to work. Either you're a friend now or you're not. Right now, you're not my friend. So get to work, and that's all. That's only apologize I want to hear is I apologize. I'm going to get to work. That's it. And you might need to take over your damn defense. Fire your homeboy or make him a defensive analyst, and you take over this defense and call it. Since you a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator, if you can hold your damn mustard, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just a little hot right now today. I'm sorry.
We are. Trust me, we all are.
Yeah, I got, and it's funny because I got one of my partners from high school, whatever. Shout out to my boy JT. He's a dog fan, and he was trying to argue with me about something. But you know what? It's funny that people want to defend BS.
Oh, you talking
it's
about
funny
Bobo?
that people want to defend BS.
You talking
And
about
whether
Bobo?
you're defending the BS from Raheem Morris or Kirby Smart at this point, you're the problem. I'll say that. I have no problem with saying that because let's be real. You've got to call a spade a spade. You've got to be realistic about what you see. Just because you are in love with that logo and you want to defend it with your life, let's keep it a buck. If it's not good, it's not good. Whether it's coaching errors, whether it's players messing things up, because we're going to get into how the season turned out, but we're going to stick with what's going on with Kirby and what's happening with everything else at this point. So Morris apologizes. I think it was a little too late, but hey, it's just what it is at this point. Only thing you can do is win. And you know, I'm gonna tell you this. I would rather sit on the side of the road with gasoline poured all over my body, and I would let one of y'all light a match and set me on fire. And I would tell y'all, just let me burn and don't give me any water. Just let me burn till I'm dead and gone before I pull for a New Orleans Saints team. To hell with the Saints. I'm not pulling for them. If they win, they win. If they don't, hey, season's over. But ain't no way in hell
that's how
I'm pulling for the New Orleans Saints. So this is the segment where we talk about the fans and the expectations and the anger. So let's talk about the disappointment and the anger. You had this fan base revved up and ready to go. And the funny part about it is when you look at what's happening all the way around, you came in, like K-Dub said, saying, oh, yeah, well, we're a quarterback away. Here's the thing. You're never a quarterback away. This team had more problems than anything, and you did not address that in the offseason like you should have. Here's my thing. You decided to go with Kirk Cousins, and you did not try to pursue a Russell Wilson, which would have been $1.5 million, $1.5 million, while Denver was still paying him. Let's call a spade a spade. We're stuck with him now, but we can talk about this now. Guess what? Russ is balling up in Pittsburgh right now. Russ literally has them going to the playoffs with our old OC that you took a shot at in the press.
Who got the last laugh now?
And think about and it gets even better. It gets even better. Russell Wilson has a Super Bowl ring. Russell Wilson has played in playoff games. This man has been a top quarterback in the league. He doesn't have a history of turning the football over. Guess what? The reason why we didn't get Russell to come here was because you brought Zach Robinson in. I'm not mad at Zach. I'm not mad at him. But you could have used your silver tongue, is what we would say, because we call you a silver tongue car salesman anyway. You could have made some things happen verbally and had this man coming to Atlanta. You could have sweetened the deal for him. You could have talked to him about coming to Atlanta. You could have made that happen. You and Terry could have made that happen. But you chose to go with Kirk Cousins, a guy that you like and a guy that you're in a position with at this point, and you have a friendship with from your Washington days. At this point, I look at it like this. Russ would have been better off because Russ also not just turning the ball over. I'm looking at the experience he would have been able to give Penix. Russ is a winning quarterback. Say what you want about the guy. Man's been to 2 Super Bowls and he's been to multiple playoff games and NFC championship games. So at this point, yeah, you're getting ready to catch some hell from half of this fan base. Yeah, you're getting ready to catch some hell from this panel tonight. You're getting ready for that because you blew a 3-game division lead, 3 to 4 game division lead. Literally, you blew that. And now you have to hinge in making the final game as a winning situation all the way around. And now you got to hope that your division rival doesn't throw the game to keep you out of the playoffs and out of the division title. So even if you get this division title, you technically got it off of default. Most people say, well, I'll take a win any way I can get it. Nah, you didn't earn it. You didn't earn it, dog. I'm sorry. All that trash you talk coming in here, Raheem the Dream and all this BS that everybody was buying into, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm only rocking with you because you got the logo. I've said this all year from day one. Am I lying, fellas?
Nope.
Yeah.
I said I
dropped the Kool-Aid, but the Kool-Aid is sour now.
I'm not talking. I'm not even look, listen. You were just being positive.
I'm just putting it out there.
You was putting the energy out there. But for me, I was already realistic about it. But I said I'm a rock with him because he got the logo. Here's my thing. I don't give a damn about your color of your skin, bro. I'm gonna tell you that now. Everybody want to talk about, oh well, he's the first black head coach. You need to support him. Here's my thing. I don't give a damn if it was Martin Luther King Jr. coaching this team. If he's ass. No. I'm using an example for a leader of men, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. And then we're gonna move on to the next topic because this was my topic I really wanted to get in on today. Because Kirby Smart got his coming later on when I get on Twitter after this show. Now, I'm gonna say this. This season has been as abysmal as Hannibal's march on Italy. And Hannibal's one of my favorite generals. And at this point, all you can do is just sit back and laugh. And Hannibal had so many battles that he won. He had so many battles that he won but he did not conquer Rome. 75 miles away from Rome, and he turned away because of his government. And guess what? He never finished the mission. Raheem, you didn't finish the mission, bro, in this weak division. You had everything going for you. You had the stadium, you had the city behind you. You got the fans behind you. You literally brought some life into this. Here's the problem. Hannibal will always be one of my favorite generals, God rest his soul, even though he didn't believe in the Lord. But I'll say this. When you can't take your victories and actually turn it into winning the war, you really have lost the battle altogether.
Yep.
You did not take these victories, Raheem Morris, and you did not win the war, my brother. So guess what? You've lost the battle, and you're hoping that one of your greatest enemies falls to the wayside. I mean, goes pretty much takes care of what you couldn't take care of. So, as I said before, no excuses is what it is. So, I'm going to slide this one on to the next topic because we'll sit here. I'll let y'all have that first one. I wanted this one. I had to get this one.
Yeah.
The slim postseason hopes at this. The slim postseason hope at this point.
More like a thread.
It's still holding on. It's still holding on at this point.
Boy.
So here's the question I got for you. If the Falcons get in here, or if it happens, how do you feel it's gonna be this year?
I don't know how to feel.
I mean, like I say, if they back their way in, I just feel like we can make the best out of the situation, see what Pennies can do. But if not, we already know what type of season we've had. So,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how to feel about it because we didn't, like you said, we didn't go out there and just take the division. Pretty much got it by default, and like people say, a winner can win. We'll take them. We're never going to reject a win. It's just the moral behind it and whatever. It just, I don't know. So, I mean, if we get in, hey, let's make a run, man. Don't squander the opportunity. Like, try to make a run. Let's see how it can go, and try to build some momentum for next year, if any case. Because look, we started for some playoff action. We ain't seen the playoff in almost 7 years. So with that, no, I mean, if we back into it, cool. Let's see what we can do. But man, can you work on some coaching while we doing that? Can we work on clock management? Can we work on something?
You have a clock management person, anybody, somebody can do the job. Hey, look, slap me upside the head with this time and call it out.
You shouldn't have to hire somebody to manage the clock. I'm sorry. How many NBA coaches have come out on they freaking hire somebody to manage time out for them? I'm just saying. On any level.
Is what it is at this point. All I can say is what it is at this point. And the only thing that you can do is really look at it. You only really can look at it as, okay, if they get in or whatnot, they get in. If they don't, they don't. We move to the offseason. So right now, it's just a waiting game. It's us handling. We need to handle our business Sunday against Carolina, get the 9th win, and we just sit back and watch what New Orleans does.
My thing is, how many people are going to pack up the bench for this last game of the season? I want to see how they're going to respond. Because right now, with everything that happened so far, especially with the way the Dogs perform, I'm trying to see what the trying to gauge.
Need you to stay on the Falcons, dog. We can't talk. We can't keep going back to Georgia, man. Come on now.
I know, but I'm just saying. I wonder how
Stay focused. Stay focused.
Stay focused, dog. This is why Georgia lost tonight, because they couldn't focus. Stay focused, bro.
I'm focusing on the Falcons. I'm trying to see how the fan base, are they going to pack the bed? Are they going to be like, all right, Raheem, we're going to see what you can do? Or are they going to let people from North Carolina come in and take over?
Well, here's the thing. Most of these Falcon fans have already packed it in, and it's Falcon fans that's in our group, and I'm not gonna say who because I'm not gonna put my boys out there like that, but I will say it's a few people that's already that started looking towards the offseason. So at the end of the day, it's just like this. I've already said I still believe we get in. I don't want New Orleans. I don't like New Orleans. I wish all the rotten things to that franchise, except for loss of life. That's the only thing I don't wish on it. But other than that, I wish all the rotten things to New Orleans. But at the same time, I ain't throwing in the towel on the season. I can't do it. And this is the difference between and I say this all the time. It's one thing to be realistic, but on the other hand, it's called having belief. It's called having faith. Most people, this is the reason why most people are not successful in life. Not just football, in life. Most people decide to give up when stuff is bleak. I almost cussed. Lord forgive me. My mama
did actually.
I held it back. It didn't come all the way out. So all I'm saying is this. The reason why this fan base is weak when it comes to faith and belief is because of the fact that, guess what? The Falcons have let them down every year. Every year, the Falcons have done what they do.
Every year. That PTSD is real.
But here's my thing. There's no need to sit here and give up on this team yet. Because guess what? If they get in the playoffs, everybody going to be shaking pom-poms and they're going to be right at that game cheering. So here's my thing that I'm going to say. And then we're going to move to this next topic. Stop giving up so fast. The reason why people are not successful in life and the reason why people really can't, and I'm just going to say it, really can't be successful is because you give up too fast. You give up faith. You got to see it all the way through, whether it's good or bad. It's not giving up just yet. Even if it's a slim chance of hope, you still hold on to that. So if you're going to give up, you might as well just go ahead and take your hat off, take your jerseys off, and just go ahead and donate it. Because here's the thing, man, we don't need anybody to sit back and just give up when stuff get rough or stuff don't go their way and just quit. Like I can't rock with quitters, dog. Lord, and I'm this is the fan of me coming out now with this part. I can't rock with people that quits too fast. We can't do that. If you want change, start making it from us. We're not respected. We're laughed at because guess what? We give up on our team too easy. We quit. You still got a slim chance to get in. And if you get in the playoffs, you need to make this a hostile environment for those who can go to the game for that. But I'm not going to sit there and root for the Saints. I've already said it.
No,
I'd rather y'all burn me with gasoline and fire and just let me burn to a crisp. And let me go see the
I'm with King Rich. I'm let God handle it. if we back in there, we back in there. But if we don't, it is what it is. We get a better draft pick to go put on this squad any damn way.
Exactly.
I'd rather get deployed and goddamn root for the Saints. I'm sorry. I'm good.
So let's talk about it. How do y'all feel about winning the season as a win? I mean, finishing the season with a win.
I mean, we haven't had a winning season in 7 years. It's the first time we don't had 8 wins in 2017. So, any positive I can take from this season, I'm going to take it, and I'm not going to take it for granted. I just hope we can build up on it and try to get a little bit of momentum, especially during the offseason. But hell yeah, man! Don't try to. I don't want to tank for nothing. I don't want to. No, I want to win this football game on Sunday. No, I want to win. Bump all that, playoff or not. I want to win.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as tapping out, man. Like, my thing is this: if you tap out, I can't respect it. I'm sorry, I can't respect it, and that's just being honest. It's not that I don't like It's not that I don't dislike my fan base because I love the Falcons, but I dislike fans that give up too easy. I dislike folks that lose hope that fast. I dislike fans that in the middle of the game you sit back and say, "Oh, well, it's over with." And you have a fighting chance to get back in it. But, hey, It's just what it is, man. People are gonna be people. Fan is short for fanatic, which we all are, but you have different levels of it. So, hey, can't sit there and be mad at it. It is what it is. But finishing the 2024 season is something that is just what it is. Thank you, Jay Black. See, I'm with you on that, bro. I need somebody that's gonna be in my foxhole. I need somebody in my foxhole or whatnot with me that's gonna fight to the death. That's just how we do it. But outside of that, though, I think that there's a lot to build on for this season, for next year. But I'm not gonna start talking about next year because we're not there. I think with this game that we have to finish with, we got to pressure Bryce Young. We got to stop the run. We have to pretty much be dominant in this ball game and not give them any sliver of hope at this point.
I want that complete game. Can this last game be the complete game that we've been searching for? Can we get that?
Agreed. I like to see Penix throw for 3. I like to see Penix throw for 250 and 3 tutties in this game. That's what I want to see.
I like that. I like to see Donnell Mooney hopefully get over 1,000, just like Drake London. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see an effective offense. I just want to see what the offense can be in 2025 and 2026. You know, with a few minor tweaks or whatever, man. I just want to see what the season can hold next year. So, no, man, I don't want to fall down for nobody. No.
Well, I just want to see them just finish strong. Whatever that includes and entails, finish strong, get the win, and then we sit back and see what happens in the other game with the New Orleans Saints.
I ain't gonna even watch it.
Well, you're not gonna be able to.
With the result,
the Falcons are gonna be playing at the same time.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
So we're talking about everything else when we look at what's going on with the Falcons, and we're looking at all the intangibles that could happen in this game. You have a chance to really go out on a positive note. But next season, you got to get some bigger. Here's my thing. We go to the playoffs, we go with what we have. But next year, I need bigger defensive backs next year. I need guys that are a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical in my secondary. Just being honest.
Yeah.
I want another linebacker, please.
Yeah, we can get that. Jahai Camp out of Alabama would be a guy that I would go after, or Jalen Walker, one of those two.
Jalen Walker gone.
Yeah.
Well, Jahai Camp was the next up for Alabama, number 11.
Yeah,
definitely a monster at that linebacker spot.
Yeah, I'll take him.
But when you really look at it, how it's supposed to happen this week, it's really one of those things where we got to see a little bit more of these young edge rushers that we don't see much of. Got to see Brandon Dorless play. We haven't even seen Trice yet. Trice was gone for the year. So we're going to have to find out what the deal is with, what's going on. So I don't know.
Yeah, how he rehabbing and stuff. Yeah, that is good. And whatever.
Where's Hellum?
Man, Hellum get healthy. He's just not in rotation. I don't see that man. I have seen him dressed out and not even got on the field. Oh yeah, he's healthy.
And here's my thing.
So maybe he fell out of favor with the staff.
And Rich, but here's my thing, dog. He coming off a knee injury. And my thing is we need to make sure he's the same type of player because let's be real. Kyle Pitts ain't the same type of player with that knee injury.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's not everybody don't bounce back from knee injuries like that. Everybody mental makeup isn't like that. So at this point, I'm looking at what we need to do at this point. We need to start evaluating who needs to be here next year. Debo Malone needs to be in this situation to be playing on Sunday. He needs to be playing. We need to see a little bit more Debo Malone because are we going to still keep him around or are we going to go ahead and cut him and bring somebody else in? That's the question.
I know they better keep Cadell Hodge, I'll tell you that.
Been saying that. Hodge had a bad game, dropping passes, but here's my thing. When you rarely get in the game as a wide receiver, what you expect? Got to get some reps. But I'm not mad or nothing like that. I just look at it as another opportunity to make some stuff, to make some things happen on, I'll say make some things happen on a positive note. Because at this point, we have too many issues that are going on that need to be addressed. The other thing that needs to be addressed, we've got to figure out how we're going to be able to protect Penix on Sunday without him getting touched.
Agree.
That's going to be something else, because the last thing we need is him taking an unnecessary shot that he doesn't need. And we need him to run a little bit more and get away from all the confusion in that pocket. We need to roll the pocket a little bit more and not let him just sit there like a sitting duck. That's the other thing.
I'm surprised they didn't done that already.
Yeah, they gotta move his launch points. They gotta keep him move his spot a lot. And he can do it. He can throw on the run. He does it well, but they gotta continue to build that offense around his strong points and his attributes. He's not gonna really take off and run like that, but he will throw some darts out there for you. So those guys need to get to the edges and catch the damn football. That's the key thing. Stop dropping balls like both teams been doing. Both of my teams. So
I just think we need to work on that offensive line. That has to be like one of the key areas we do in the offseason is that offensive line has to be retooled and enhanced, starting with that right tackle and center. So I'm looking to see how they're gonna attack free agency or the draft, whatever the case, on making sure they ensure that their future quarterback be standing upright instead of on his back cut. So yeah, that's gonna be one of the key focuses, I think. Especially, and then on defense, we need that defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be number one, D tackle. Troy Anderson, I'm sorry.
This is a down draft.
Kid, but he was a buck. Can't stay healthy.
So here's the other thing that you got to also look at. We had Justin Simmons for 1 year. 1 year.
Yeah.
The question is this: do you let him walk, or do you go ahead and get you a young safety and bring him on in?
Which one would benefit? Which one would benefit the team more? Him veteran presence or somebody that you can coach up?
Here's my thing. You already got your veteran in Jesse Bates. Helms is going to be around. To me, I feel like Helms needs to go ahead and be in that nickel spot, if you want to be honest, because D. Offord ain't it. I mean, he's had good games. He's been up and down, but D. Offord ain't it. You got to let him walk. Helms, I would make my nickel. I really would make my nickel. But if I'm drafting a guy, I'm getting either Malachi Starks out of Georgia, or I'm going to get that kid Makuba out of Texas, number 4, that free safety.
I like Makuba.
Or the other safety that was a walk-on, number 16. So I'm looking at it like this. Plus, we need another corner. If we draft a corner, you pretty much drop down. You pretty much drop our starting cornerback down now. Hughes is gonna be gone, but you have oh man, his name just slipped my mind.
You got
Clark Phillips III. You can use him as a nickel, but I would say go draft the kid Jahade Barron out of Texas, the Thorpe Award winner, or you go elsewhere. It's many places that you can go and get pieces. Honestly,
so you're saying Simmons shouldn't be re-signed next year? That's what you're going for.
Yep. I'd rather start over. I'd rather get me a safety for cheap that can be molded by Jerry Gray and Jesse Bates.
We need a lot.
I'd rather just go ahead and do that.
I mean, we only got 4.
Best defense.
We only got 4 picks. We gotta have to trade down at least one or twice.
Yeah.
I want to leave.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking the best defensive player on the board. That's what I'm doing.
I want to at least want to get about 6 picks out of this draft at least. Because offensive and defensive have to be addressed.
We got a major decision to make with Brady Jarrett or Jake Matthews. We got a major decision to make with them 2 guys.
Well, I think Jake Matthews got one more year. But you got Judon that can free
One of them,
agent.
should not be here next
You got Clemens
year. Out
that
of
can
them
free
two.
agent. You got Caleb McGarry that can free agent. Gone. You got
Well, remember,
Dahlman.
we don't have 4 picks. We got 5. We got a complimentary that we got.
Oh yeah,
added
that's
for
right.
sure,
Yeah,
remember?
that's right. We got 5.
Yeah.
Cool. But we got Caleb McGarry that can free agent. Dahlman can free agent. Richie Grant can free agent. So yeah, this off season might be one of the most important off seasons we don't had in probably about the past 6-7 years. Especially with drafting a Pennick, having Bijan the way he is in Drake London. Because you're gonna have to start paying these players sooner or later too as well. So we can't be mixing in the draft no more. We gotta be hidden.
Here's the question I got
We
for
got
you.
it.
So if we get to the playoffs, if we get there, what do you expect?
You know what? Anything can go in the playoff because you have said it. Coach Brent don't get it. Coach Cam don't get it. The playoff is a new season. Anybody can get touched, as you can already don't see. So if we get into the playoff, what do you got to lose?
Common sense.
I mean, besides common sense, of course. But no, man, cause anybody fair game in the playoff. Anybody. Whatever team gonna show up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Piggyback off what he's saying, any given Saturday or Sunday, like he's saying, I mean, you can dial it up. Possibly Zach Robinson can dial it up. I mean, because now he's hell bent, Bijan, because I think he had a great season, but he got snubbed I think he had a Pro Bowl type season, but he's snubbed.
Yeah,
so
he was
you might have a really more angry back out there. I mean, you might go for 250, 250
Here's my
in the playoff. I don't know.
Here's my thing. It is what it is at this point. If you get snubbed, you get snubbed. Guess what? The Pro Bowl isn't the end goal. It's nice for your resume, but that's not the end goal. The end goal is to be on the podium hosting that Lombardi trophy at the end of the season. To hell with the Pro Bowl. That's how I look at it.
I'm just saying what motivation they may have right now in this particular spot.
Here's my thing, and here's my thing. Everybody keeps saying certain coaches got to go. What offensive coordinator are you gonna bring in? You know what? You know what? The hell with it. That's what we gonna do. Last couple of minutes. That's what we gonna do.
What?
I'm getting ready to leave. I'm getting ready to bring folks in the chat. And I'm letting you know this now. Y'all can come in here, but you got 2 minutes apiece to spit your game and talk your ish. That's what you're getting ready to do. But just be warned when you come in here. I'm letting you know this now. You dealing with the bad guy today.
Oh shit.
So enter at your own risk today.
Let you know right now.
Letting you know this now. Enter at your own risk. We're gonna let people come in here. So if you want to come in here and chop it up with us, you can. But just know I'm taxing folks today if you come in here with foolishness. I'm being fair today. So I'm letting you know it ain't personal. It's just what it is at this point.
And please don't pay Ben Johnson because he either going to Chicago or New Orleans.
So I'm gonna go ahead. Like I said, I put the link in here. I'm gonna go ahead and let some folks come in here and chop it up with us. But I'm letting you know now, I'm going for blood today. So be careful. Tread lightly is what we would say. And please turn on your cameras. This rules and regulations tonight. Listen, turn on your cameras. Please be stationary. We don't want you to be in a situation where you're driving and something's happening. There's a lot of wild stuff going on out. We want everybody to be safe out here. And also, do not have a full-blown meal in here because I will not bring you up if I see you eating a full meal. It's just we got to have some decorum in here.
Hey,
So
anybody?
letting you know now. So if you're coming in, please come in. I put the link in the chat. We want to hear what your expectations are. We want to hear how do you feel if the Falcons get to the playoffs. We're gonna open this up a little bit, man.
What if we win?
Something a little different.
What if we win our first playoff game? Because we only take one game to get that momentum going. I'm eating chicken wings.
I'm eating chicken wings.
So, hey, Will, if you're gonna come in here, man, turn your camera on, dog. Brother, we can't see you. Try to come in again. And it's funny, he always the first one to jump in.
Yeah. Hey, anybody know who I got in my back screen?
Yeah. Looks like move over to the side because all I see is just like part of the face mask.
Oh,
look like Tim the White.
Yep. Yeah. The White Lightning.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on a video. Y'all gotta be quiet. I'm talking to my people back here. What's going on?
Go out.
What's good, man? You up here at work.
Hold on.
Hey,
I'm not step outside.
Don't get fired. Hey, don't get fired. Don't get fired.
He won't be getting fired on our watch once you get into a situation set.
Yeah.
True. The Giant did.
Listen, y'all see the man in the back. You see the razor blades. You know what it is tonight.
I agree. I agree with that last comment. The Giants were not in cover, but they had one of the best dominant front in the NFL.
And they could cover. Okay, we got Will in a secure spot. What's up, man?
What's up? I was on break. I was trying to tell y'all boys that you good. I'm on 30-minute break. But that's what I got to say, fellas, man. I understand it was a frustrating, disappointed loss. But what I'm saying we need to do in this free agency, man, we need to try to get us some center and the right tackle. I feel like we need to address the trenches first. Then in the draft, I know we ain't gonna be able to get no linebackers. I mean, not linebackers, but we ain't gonna get the pass rush that I want. I'm being honest. I want the dude out of Tennessee, but I think he might go to San Francisco or somebody, or go to the Jets. But I really want us to address a linebacker or a corner. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the dude out of Georgia, but I want somebody who got that strong mentality. I think the dude out of Marshall, I've got his name. His name Green or something like that. But I expect us to get a pass rush. If we don't get a pass rush, get a corner. But we need to get us a corner and a nickel.
Well,
because what's up?
Well, I need you to focus on what we were talking about. We ain't talking about the draft right now. We talking about what if the Falcons go to the playoffs? What are your expectations? That's what we talking about. We're gonna have a show for the postseason. I mean, for the postseason and the draft picks. We got you on that. But what do you think, honestly? What do you think if we get to the playoffs? I want to hear this, bro.
I think we could do some damage if we get in the postseason. But unfortunately, I just don't think that the Saints. I'm not putting my faith in the Saints being Tampa. I don't know. I can't say they're not, but I don't know right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Tampa, I don't think they're going. It's gonna be a good fight between them, but I don't think the Saints gonna beat them. I don't believe that too many injuries.
Baker got snubbed for the Pro Bowl. That man about to put up about 400. But go.
But I just think we need to focus on the offseason, like for real, because Kirk Cousins in the cap space that messes up financially. And I just think
you keep going to the damn draft next year. Fool, we stand on the Falcons in the playoffs right now. This is why I got to be the bad guy today, dog.
I'm not putting my faith in them.
We talking about the expectations of this here. We can't think about the offseason just yet. It ain't over with yet. See, you throwing in the towel already. Come on, man.
But you're right though, man. Like I said, if we get to the playoffs, I feel like we probably could go to like a divisional game. That's part of the fall we probably could go. But I just don't think this team right now is ready to take that leap step.
Quit throwing in the towel.
But here's the thing. But that was the plan from the start, though. The plan from the start was really to get to the postseason and at least try to get out of the first round. That was the goal in a division title. We're literally knocking at the door, but the problem is we ain't got the key. We waiting for somebody else to open the door. That's the problem. Listen, it can happen. It's called any given Sunday.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
But like I said,
Sunday.
But like I said, it been too much inconsistent this year, man. It's from the defense, the offense. I mean, I understand that's the past. That was 6 months ago. But like I say, somebody got to go on this coaching staff. I just don't think that we're gonna retain some of these these coaching staff. It's either Jim Lake got to go or Zach Robinson got to go. Somebody got to go.
They ain't going nowhere.
Wait a
They're not
minute,
going.
hold
So
up,
you don't
They're
hold up.
not
think
going
so?
Now
nowhere.
see, now
No, they're
wait a
not
minute.
going
So
Now
nowhere.
Jerry, so
see,
Jerry, so Jerry Gray don't need to be our defense coordinator.
we're not saying that. But here's the thing. We already know they're not going anywhere because first off, Arthur Blank ain't firing nobody. That's not his style. Secondly, Zach Robinson was not the problem this year. That's what everybody keep forgetting. We got think about it. Mooney is only 8 yards away from having 1,000 yards. You got two 1,000-yard receivers. You got a 1,200-yard running back in the backfield. You have an offense that has been averaging in between 5 to 30 points a game this year, which we weren't doing last year. So again, for a first-year offensive coordinator to do what he's doing is frustrating as hell. Yes, it is. But guess what? He put us in a position to win that Washington game. That was on Raheem Morris, my brother.
Yeah, yeah.
He did.
I
You
agree
can't
with you.
sit. So no, so I'm
I
just
agree with
saying
you on that
you
though. I
can't
agree
sit
with
there
you.
and just say he got to go. You can't
But
just
I'm
throw him out. You
but
can't
I,
just throw him out like
but
bathwater,
it
man. You
but
can't
it
just
was
do
so.
it.
But I'm just telling you, Ryan. It was some games I looked on film that we was messing up, like the Seattle game. We got too cute. We was running the ball down their throat. What we do after halftime? We started getting that pistol formation with Kirk Cousins, airing it out.
But
We are
here's the
not an
problem.
air out team like
But
that.
here's the problem. Your playbook is limited with Kirk Cousins. Everybody knows that.
Very
When
limited.
Morris brought
They're
him
Low
very
in,
limited.
pages.
think about it. That playbook was limited. Look at some of the stuff that you saw in that Washington game with Penix. They
Yeah,
opened it up. Think about that.
yeah,
Robinson just only has coached 2 games with this kid. 2 games. So imagine if he had a whole season, bro.
yeah.
Or would have
But,
got pulled
I'm
after
just
that
saying, I
Denver
know
game.
you're a passionate fan, dog, but you can't sit there and crash out like that, man. Seriously.
but
You
I'm just
can't.
saying,
No
I understand
crash
that, but Raheem was talking all this rah rah about these high expectations, but look what results is bad management and everything. I'm tired of these yes man coaches and people on this coaching staff. I'm not saying Zach Robinson's not it, but he need to be better as a play caller in game situation. He called a hell of a game against Commanders. I ain't knocking him
But
that,
Will, you said it.
but
No, but you said in the chat that he wasn't it.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
you
I'm saying,
saying
but
it now here, but you
yeah,
said
I'm
in the
saying.
chat he wasn't it.
You're right. You're right.
Which one is it?
Before I go out
Which
though,
one is?
like I said, I seen our opponents that we played this year. We played the AFC East, the NFC West, and we played the NFC North. Whoever went out of Detroit and Minnesota. For next season, we got at least get 11 and 12 wins. I ain't saying we can, but we need at least get close to 10 and 11. Or at least be like 11-5, because we got to bring our A game because the Carolina gonna be probably a little bit better and Tampa, but I ain't worried about the Saints because they rebuilding right now. They need a quarterback and they need some defensive players. So like I said, the NFC South will be better. I don't think it'll be weak this year, but I expect it will be competitive from last year. But
But
I'm
no,
out though.
but
I'm
I want you to answer this question because you tap dancing like Gregory Hines in his prime right now.
I ain't texting ass yet.
No,
I'm
you
about to go
tap
back in
dancing.
there.
No, hey, no. I need you to answer this before.
Shit.
I need you to answer this before you slide, my brother. And
What's
you
up?
know you know I got mad love for you. But
What's up?
it's either Zach Robinson ain't it, or you got to give him a shot. It's one of the two because you said in the chat he wasn't it, and now you're saying something different. Which is it?
Like I say, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he get a job offer, because like I said, I've been reading them. They saying he might go to the Chicago Bears to be a head coach. I don't know if it's true or not. If he want to stay in Atlanta, then I'm cool with it. If not, just get you a
Robinson
better
ain't going
just
to
get your
Chicago.
just
Ben
get you a
Johnson is
better
Cliff Kingsbury is gonna probably get that job, bro. It's either gonna be him or Ben Johnson, bro. I can tell you that now.
Yep.
but just get you just get you a damn like I said, man, like I say, next season, high expectation for me. I don't want to hear no excuses. Terry Fontenot, they on the hot seat. I feel like Arthur Blank probably gonna tell them, hey, if y'all boys don't take us at least to the playoffs, both of y'all fired. So that's what I'm saying. I'm out, fellas. I'll be in the back in the chat. I know you got other people, King and Richie and Boone. I'll be in the back, man.
All
Salute.
right,
I'm out.
Will.
Hey man,
All
thank
right,
you for coming
all right,
through.
Will.
All
Love the
right.
Appreciate you
commentary,
coming through,
man.
You
brother.
coming
Hey,
through
Always
and
a
through.
pleasure.
God darn the bad
That's one of
guy.
my that's our boy, man. We always go back and forth. Ain't nothing personal, but man, I got the razors up, and y'all see I'm the bad guy tonight. So it's just what it is. What's happening, Boom? What's up, Rich? What y'all got?
Man,
Two
what
minutes
going on?
How everybody doing that, man?
going on. Going
What you
on.
doing?
Got 2 minutes.
Well, I'm
We
right.
still on
Hey,
the playoff conversation.
Yes,
Okay,
we are.
man, look,
let
we
me
on
start.
a playoff conversation right now.
I'm gonna tune right in. Let me start out with this, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Right, I ain't did no post game show this week, man. That game tore me up Sunday night, man. Do you understand? This has been a long week for me, man. I mean, I just cannot let go. Why didn't you call timeout? We got the ball at midfield. 30 seconds left on the clock, at least 28 seconds left on the clock. You call the timeout, you get your best 2 plays to get us 20 more yards to get Riley Patterson in range. But that's neither here nor there. It's time to move on from that. I'm going to just say this. For me, in terms of the playoffs, man, I just know if we don't make the playoffs this season, this is our 7th straight season with no playoffs. And if you look back over just the past 4 years, I mean, what's plagued the Falcons? We can sit up here and talk about Terry Fontenot. We can talk about the Zach Robinson. The number one problem for the Falcons this year has been turning the football over. Going back to Kirk Cousins. We don't know. Now, we know Zach Robinson has a lot of things to show, but honestly, in my opinion, ever since Michael Penix Jr. has been his quarterback, it's looking like Zach Robinson may not have been as big of a problem as we thought he was. When you got your quarterback turning the ball over and they invested $90 million in this guy, and the season has gone the way it's gone, you go back to Mariota's year. The Falcons lost 6 games and 1 score that year because of turnovers. So what's plagued us the last 4 years, what's kept us out of the playoffs, I don't care who we had at quarterback, turning the ball over. So for me, guys, I would love to see this team make the playoff for the simple fact I need it to happen, man. I got to see our team in the playoffs. It's been damn near a decade, man. I don't want to go another offseason preparing. Let's win a damn postseason game if we can. Let's at least give the city a chance. That's all I'm asking for.
I like it. I like
My
it.
thing
I
is
like it.
we're
I
not
love
rooting
it.
for the Saints.
That's
We already
it.
said that, but at the same time, I just feel like this. We get in, we roll, we do what we gotta do.
And my thing is to what Boone said when I watched that Greg Olsen interview about Kirk Cousins. Kirk in the wrong scheme because he even said playing from the pistol is not for an immobile quarterback. So we got him playing in the wrong scheme. That's why other teams are looking at Kirk because they know the scheme is wrong for him. That scheme you got to have. Matter of fact, Greg Olsen said that's one of the hardest schemes for a quarterback because they can't really see the field the way they need to see the field if they're not mobile or if they can't move out the pocket. So I'm starting to see. Me, honestly, I'm going to be honest. If we get in the playoffs, we're going to be deadly. And I'm going to tell you why we're going to be deadly. Because, like I keep telling people, Zach Robinson wasn't brought here for Kirk Cousins. He wasn't. Kirk Cousins was brought here to teach Penix how to play in the National Football League. That's it. He was just a bridge. I even had more faith in him than a bridge. But when I really look at it, that's really what he was, a bridge. So the stuff, because the play that, I'm going to be honest, if we get in the playoffs, the reason I say we'll be real dangerous, because I just watched we say we ain't played a complete game, but for me, that Washington game was a complete game because I watched my team go out there. That's why I don't blame no players. I don't care about the miscues, the miss catches. I don't even care about the Malone penalty because that's your fault for even putting Malone in coverage. So that's neither here nor there for me. But I watched my team still get you a start. I watched my quarterback at 4th and 26 get you a touchdown. You know that kicker range. Hell, I know that kicker range. You call a timeout.
At least had him at 40 and
10
under,
yards.
not
That's all he
anything
needed
under
was 10
40 yards.
Y'all can't tell me it didn't look like that damn kid was going through the upright, man, when
Dog,
it came.
I thought it did.
It
I was
did,
like,
I
oh,
jumped
Good, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I thought, right, man, I was jumping so damn hard.
1 second, I got excited.
Man, I had kicked my head all over, broke, man. I thought the damn kid. I'm like, wait a minute, that was short. But to add on to what Richie said, I ain't mean to cut in nobody. I think that, I'm grateful that Michael Penix Jr. got a chance to get that experience against that defense. And it wasn't too as cold as we thought it was going to be. But I do think that, with having Michael Penix Jr., like I said, it makes Zach Robinson a better play caller. And like Richie said, the offense is designed for a mobile quarterback. I said this earlier when Ryan allowed me to come on. Kurt can't move in the pocket. And the problem was we're still not sure, is it the injury or, because Kurt wasn't stepping into his throws like that. Just real uncommon Kirk Cousins habits. You see what I'm saying?
Because he got hurt in Denver, bro. He got hurt in Denver, and they lied about it. I remember seeing him on that IR report, and then they took him right back off.
Yeah, but what I do believe, though, I believe they're going to start. I think if the Falcons do get into the playoffs, and we might see a little bit of this Sunday, they may actually draw up some plays on offense to see what Michael Penix can do on the ground. I mean, because there were plenty of running opportunities. And, as a young rookie quarterback and your second start in the NFL against a team like that, you want to basically allow them to see that pocket presence, right? Allow them to stay in the pocket, get used to throwing the ball, because that's what you want your quarterback to do. But I do think, but we can speak about this all day. We still need Tampa to lose, in which I hope New Orleans can, give us a little grace and turn up one more time and seize the Superdome, whatever they call it. But I do believe that the Atlanta Falcons get in the playoffs, and I think Detroit's going to pretty much win the division. They're going to beat Minnesota. I like us with Michael Penix Jr. against Minnesota in a rematch. I like that matchup for us.
And see, that's my biggest thing. I did have a problem with Zach Robinson with Kirk Cousins, but now seeing Michael Penix, I understand it, because when Michael Penix played New York, I'm gonna be honest. If you really paid attention, Zach Robinson was. I think he was surprised some of them plays were working, because he just started calling all type of plays. I'm talking about stuff we ain't never seen, just with a little extra wrinkle of Michael Penix being able to slide the pocket. But Michael Penix also said in his interview he ain't ran since Indianapolis, since his surgery, but he see now in the NFL he gonna have to crank them legs back up. He said that in his interview, so that you may, like bro said, you may see some design runs. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think he be wanting to run. First of all, it's two reasons why I don't think he run. Because one thing I know about Michael Penix, I love him to death, but his footwork got to get better, because I think his bad footwork hindered him from running, because he's second guessing himself because his feet don't be planted right just to take off like he want to. Because if you notice a couple of them times he tried to run, I think he just sort of, like how when you had, like y'all said, when you had an injury, it take you a while to really. He hadn't ran since Indianapolis.
To trust that injury.
So for him to say, I see, because he said, I see now in the NFL, I'm going to have to run and make some things happen. So that's why I feel like if we get in the playoffs, we'll be dangerous, because he may open up a little more himself, because he can say he ain't nervous, but bro, I seen a little nervousness in that Washington game. I did see you poised in the pocket. I'm not taking that away from you, but I did see a tinge of nervousness, because Dan Quinn started sending all them exotic blitzes at him, and it's like I blame the OC, but I really don't, because I don't really even blame the OCs at this point, because everybody played their heart out for you. Zach Robinson tried to call everything in the playbook that he know y'all practice. As much as I don't like Jimmy Lake at times, I got to give Jimmy Lake his props for that game Sunday night, because the team gave him his props. If I didn't see Matthew Judon and the rest of them, because Judon was mic'd up during that game. All them defensive players were giving Jimmy Lake his props during that game. And then your head coach is the one who blow it. So that's why I think we'll be dangerous if we get in the playoffs, because I think the team disappointed I think put it like this. I think the team even mad at the coach because you heard what Drake London said about his 1,000 yards, right? He said, "Who cares?" So you know he mad. He don't care about them 1,000 yards. That man want to go to the playoffs so he can show out.
I agree.
I
And
like
my
the
thing
attitude.
is at this, and my thing is at this point, when you look at how the Falcons are, and you're looking at these young guys, it's only so long that you're gonna be able to keep these dudes together, because ain't nobody gonna be taking pay cuts because they're looking at the fact that, hey, I got to get paid, because guess what? The NFL stands for not for long. It's not guaranteed that these dudes stay in the NFL. It's not guaranteed that these guys stay healthy for their whole careers. Anything can happen. So if we're going to be smart about what's going on, we definitely have to be smart about what we do position wise and how we set ourselves up, because the window of opportunity is so slim. Think about it. The 49ers right now have fallen off bad. Think about that.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
he
but
got
they
Detroit,
looked good that
killed.
other night, though. They looked like they
Detroit
were
can't
ready to
think
get
about
it.
it. Detroit literally stormed through from the gates of hell. And here's my thing. We had a chance to hire this dude. We interviewed him.
We talk about Ben Johnson.
No, Coach Campbell.
Oh, Coach
We
Campbell.
interviewed him. Remember, Coach Campbell was a tight end for the Falcons at one point in his career when he was in the NFL. And guess what? We took Arthur Smith instead.
Yep.
Damn.
Think about that. This man was interviewed. They didn't want to give him a shot. Everybody laughed at him when he made that speech on Hard Knocks. Everybody thought he was crazy when he got rid of DeAndre Swift because they didn't get along. But look, you bring in a Gibbs, a Montgomery, you get Goff. Just think about it. This man literally has built that team into an image. Now, he does stupid stuff now. I'm not going to sit here and hold you. He's done stupid stuff. He cost himself a chance at a Super Bowl last year. But for them to screw up like they did, and then they turn around and you look at their record, they're fighting for the number 1 seed right now.
And then if you remember 2 years ago, they were just 3-13, literally.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, truthfully, when are we gonna start making these type moves? When are we gonna be smart about this stuff? You feel me? When are we gonna have this stuff to happen in a good way? But again, go ahead.
I think next year, even getting into the, I'm gonna be honest, getting into the playoffs, I think we'll get real saucy in the playoffs. I'm not ready to, as much as I'm mad at Raheem, the only thing, I'm going to tell you what my only fear about keeping Raheem as a coach is. It depends on one thing. Did that Washington game make him lose that locker room? We don't know how the players feel about that not calling the timeout.
I can tell you right now, they were pissed. You saying we don't know? You saw it in the facial expression. You saw it in the body language. Come on, man. You think about it, bro. You can read body language very well, and you saw that they were not happy about him not calling the timeout. They fought and clawed to get back into that red zone, and guess what? All they needed was a field goal to win it. We wouldn't be having this kumbaya session that we got, and I wouldn't be the bad guy tonight. We'd be sitting here talking about what we getting ready to do in this first round. Right now, we're sitting back hoping to get in the first round. Out of all,
there's a hope and a prayer right now.
Yeah.
And see, it wouldn't have been so bad if you had, like, if you'd have came in here humble, said, we just gonna see what we can do this first year.
That's what I said.
You know, and if we get there, we get there. If we don't, we building right now for right now and the future. But you came in here, playoff ready, playoffs. That's where we going.
Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying? So
wait a minute, Rich. Hold up. I got to be the bad guy on this one.
Here we go.
You damn right I got to. You wasn't on that humble stuff. You was riding with him, K-Dub. I can't let you do that, bro. Because you was like, nah, y'all sitting there, my coach got confidence. You was speaking, you was like, my coach coming in here with confidence. He gonna wreck shop.
No, I'm
it's
saying I back him.
dream.
I want.
You was going
Ryan. This what
I'm saying.
But Ryan,
I said
no, but Ryan, truthfully, what I was gonna say at the end is he actually came and did what he said he was gonna do, and he the one that blew it.
Yep.
That's the bad. That's why I'm saying that's the bad part. You blew a 3-game lead after you outrun the South. You don't call timeouts, which would have given your field goal kicker. I mean, you'd have put your field goal kicker in a better position by running Bijan or Tyler Algier to pick up yards to make that kick a little bit closer.
You didn't need about 5 of them because he ain't missing but about 2 yards.
And I'm sitting back just shaking my head at this point. I'm like, Lord Jesus, this is just one of the this year has been one of the most blunder-filled years that I've seen with coaches for teams that I pull for that have not had teams ready. And Will, you said so. Hold up. So Will said UGA. Will, nah, man, we was good at that, bro. I ain't even gonna entertain that, man.
No,
you got a Butkus Award winner, and you had man. Yeah, man, whatever. Next, I ain't even gonna get on him about that because Georgia's defense wasn't the problem.
No,
it was the damn offense.
Carson Beck turning the damn ball over.
Mike Bobo got to go.
Hold up, boom. If you're gonna talk about it, make sure you put them bum receivers that we had in there too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, my hat
guess
go
what?
off the,
He was putting the ball on them.
Dylan Bell though. I like Dylan Bell a lot. Don't get me wrong. You know, I like Lovett. I don't think those guys were terrible.
But think about it. Lovett had the most drops out of everybody this year.
He did.
He did.
I thought it was Aaron.
No, Lovett had the most drops. But looking at the Falcons at this point, this is the thing that's very similar to these two teams offensively. The difference is this. Bobo was an experienced coordinator. We got a first-year offensive coordinator here that had never been in that spot. So when you look at the play calling, you didn't know if either one of them dudes was different because it literally looked the same. Run the ball, throw it, screen here, screen there, do this here. But when you look at Kirk Cousins and Carson Beck, they both turned the ball over a lot this year.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Both of them.
Wait a minute. Kirk had 14 picks this year, right?
Yeah.
Carson Beck had 18. So it was really like looking at both of my quarterbacks.
But you want to know? But you want to know why I say we be real dangerous if we get in the playoffs, though? Because if you notice, which is something stupid to me, because you only did it one time, but the misdirection actually worked. This first time I seen you run a misdirection the whole season. So I know Kurt sort of limited you because Kurt can't stretch out like that to do that type of play. So I seen the little wrinkles you trying to do, and I think the knock on Pennis was always his short to intermediate throws, but that's something to me that can be corrected because that's only because he don't plant his feet the correct way. Because Matt Ryan said the same thing. Matt Ryan was like, once he learned to plant his feet correctly, he gonna be real dangerous. But when you get Paul Pierce telling you, this man don't even play football. When you get Paul Pierce telling you Penix passed the eye test for him in that game against the Commanders, that says a lot for our team. That's why I think we'll be dangerous because the more reps that boy get, the better he gonna be.
Paul Pierce about nutty as a fruitcake. I wouldn't take half of what that joker say seriously.
He said when he said on podcast, best 2 quarterbacks out of the draft.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the biggest thing that hurts, and I say this, we literally for both teams that we've had during the time we've been fans of. We've all been fans of the Dogs and the Falcons all our lives, but let's be real. We watched 2 coordinators leave and championships leave with them. Monken was one.
Yep.
And he's in Baltimore right now. And my thing was this. At this point, Monken is a guy that ain't leaving nowhere. He ain't got to recruit, and he getting ready to do it up again with Baltimore. Now, the other thing was this. Shanahan, you let his assistant Mike LaFleur walk, and you look at what that man's doing in Green Bay.
And
he should have literally been put into that seat right off the bat, opposed to Steve Sarkisian or whatever. Being honest,
had Mike McDonald too.
Yeah, and from Seattle,
we had everybody.
We had everybody
that winning. Now we had them.
And here's the thing, and now we're stuck with a guy who literally has less than 30 wins on his resume, as a head coach with 40-some losses, and now I'm just sitting back laughing because most folks are pissed right now. We are all pissed about the fact that you've had an opportunity to bring in coaches that would have been really good or better. What's going on, Darius? Man, we got the link in the chat if you want to pop in real quick, bro.
And then I seen somebody in one of the Falcon groups try to say that our team couldn't match up with Detroit, and I called them a MF lie.
It depends on hold on. It depends on what day we catch the Falcons. It depends on what day you catch the Falcons, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, let me say one more thing before I hop out. But man, just going back to when we were 6-3, I mean, if you think about it, 4 more wins gave us the NFC South off muscle. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. Cause think about it. At that point, we had already beaten Tampa twice. So 10 wins would have guaranteed the South or a tie. Hold on 1 second. Shut the door real quick. So like I said, the fact that, because me personally, I don't know how y'all feel. I feel like this team deserved to make the playoffs. Man, these Atlanta Falcons have grinded. They have played their tails off, man. It's been a tale of two halves for the defense. But the fact of the matter is we've been finding a way. The defense are getting themselves prepared. They've been preparing themselves mentally to be a playoff team. And the fact that we may not make the playoffs, man, it's horrible, man. But I want y'all to write this down just in case we don't make the playoffs last week. Some of y'all probably heard this before. The word Falcons, Falcons. Fans always
couldn't even
counting on next season.
chicken. Oh God!
Counting on next season. We ought to change it. We ought to become change our name to the Thrashers, man. You're going to bring the Thrashers back as the Atlanta Falcons.
Not the Thrashers.
The hell, the Thrashers was at least getting to the playoffs. What you mean?
They were making to the playoffs, man.
They was winning.
Hey,
And
you
that's
heard
why.
Did any one of y'all hear about because I've seen it a little bit on Twitter about Arthur's son being mad. Arthur Blank's son or whoever's supposed to take over.
Yeah, he gonna take over.
Yeah, they said he was even mad about that no call in the timeout.
He need to pass it over to his son early. Pass it over to your son early. Look, it seems like he want some things to happen around him.
I didn't even know it was one of the people that kept Belichick out the building was his son.
Just remember this.
Okay.
All I can say is this here. It's one of these things that you got to sit back and look at. And at this point, I'm looking at it like this. If things don't work out in that sense, I've already said we got all these picks. I don't care what it costs. I'm trading up to get Jalen Walker or get that kid out of Alabama. I want me another pass rusher at this point. Need one. Bad.
Yeah, need one.
Because Judon's going to be leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things or whatnot. But to wrap this thing up, man, all we can say is this. We're going to have to figure out what's what and what happens with this team from now on. Because all I can say is this. If the Falcons ever want to go anywhere or do anything, we're really gonna have to change. We're really gonna have to change some things up in the front office.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to really change some stuff up in that front office. We're gonna have to change stuff up in the recruiting department and the scouting department, and we're really gonna have to have a hard conversation about some of the issues that we face. It's still a chance that we get in, but with everything that has gone down. This is one of the roughest things to deal with at this point. It's called soul searching, and it's called a reality. The reality check of this whole situation is this. The Falcons are good when they want to be. Let's just be honest. And what we call that is inconsistency. So when you have that inconsistency, you put yourself at risk of screwing yourself out of winning games that you should. And putting yourself in a position to be a championship team. Until the mistakes are alleviated and nullified, and until the personnel that we bring in here is better and we have more experienced leadership, we're going to continue to keep seeing the same old Falcons, and we're going to continue this same trajectory that we have right now and having these same looks on our faces right now. But
Yeah.
if we get in the playoffs and they change something, maybe they change the attitude. But until then, this is pretty much all what it is. Any final thoughts before we close this thing out, fellas?
Just win, man. Just win on
Yeah.
Sunday, man.
Hey.
I don't want.
Find a way.
I am not trying to split no game with the Carolina Panthers at all.
Find a way.
Fine. Just win.
Find a
Just
way.
win. Just win, man. That's all.
My thought is the only thing may save us is the fact that a lot of them Tampa Bay fans want Todd Bowles gone.
Man, they better keep Todd Bowles.
No,
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all get rid of Todd Bowles, I'll take him.
No, I'm just saying. I watched the other teams' podcast when we play them, and a lot of them really tired of because see what they wanted to get rid of Todd Bowles, and they want Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson ain't coming over there, man. Yeah, I mean it would be beneficial, but he gonna want his own team. And Caleb Williams is a quarterback that he wouldn't mind coaching.
I'm gonna give you a guy. If we don't take a Steve Wilkes, everybody want to say you want to go younger. I'm gonna tell you a guy who you give a chance to, and I know that he can win with what we have.
Brian Flores.
Outside of Brian Flores, because it's not guaranteed that he leaves. I'm gonna say this here. If Arthur wants an experienced head coach, he ain't old, and he definitely can relate to these players and he can adapt. Give me Lovie Smith. Say what you want. Chicago ain't been right since that man left and they did him dirty.
Oh,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, he'll have
Lovie Smith
coming though.
Exactly. Lovie Smith had the Houston Texans right, and they fired him. They fired him
and
because
he didn't
they
even
wanted
have
to
a quarterback.
Dog, he won them a quarterback.
Thank you. So all I'm saying is this: give me a Lovie. Everybody's like, "Oh, Lovie won't do." I'm like, our defense ain't gonna be trash. The man wins games, especially games that we need, and has the experience. This is if we were to go that way hypothetically, which I know it ain't gonna happen. But again, that man should have been considered for this job. He should have been considered for this job. And the man has an NFC championship in his back pocket.
Super Bowl appearance.
And that's the only reason I think they would get rid of Raheem after this year is if he's lost that locker room. Because
they ain't gonna get rid of him.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna get rid of him.
And here's the main thing, and thank you, Coach Cam, for saying this, and we're gonna end it on this. Lovie Smith has what we call accountability. Accountability. He holds his players responsible at that point. And think about this. Lovie went to a Super Bowl with a Florida Gator quarterback and Rex Grossman. Grossman.
The State Park Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, I remember him.
And all I'm going to say is this. We don't have anybody that's holding people accountable. We have people, except Jerry Gray. Jerry Gray is the only one in that locker room holding folks accountable. And I can guarantee you my last dollar on that. I can guarantee you that. So at this point, let's see what this season plays out to be. Let's see what happens at the end. And let's see how this thing is going to work out. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we still got a chance. We need to handle our business. And we'll just let the chips fall where they may. So we appreciate you guys for coming through here and taking time with us tonight. Wish it could have been on better terms tonight because a few of us are pissed off about tonight, but it's all good. We've spent the whole week pissed off, going into the new year pissed off as football fans. So hey, we got to see how everything goes. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Hey, check us out on Sunday. We're going to have the halftime report. And also, we're going to have the party line of the benediction at this point. So we'll see. We'll definitely see how this Sunday goes. And again, y'all stay safe. And also prayers out for those folks in New Orleans once again and their families. Hopefully people get better, as well as those people that lost their loved ones to domestic terrorists, man. You know, it's serious out here. So y'all be safe. The New Year's here, and you got people that's still not wrapped too tight. They're still trying to do foolishness. So y'all be safe. We love y'all. and we appreciate y'all for coming through. It's the BirdCage LLC. We'll see you on Sunday for the ball game. We out.